So greetings, this is Eduardo Jumbo. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to create a PWA application that uploads WebRTC video photos to a locally hosted server. So this is brought to you by jumboservices.com and for all your programming needs, including custom Android development. So in the last time we did this particular series, there was also a workaround for the video to get it working on iOS devices. You could use the Android debug bridge, that's ADB, which is a command line tool to enable wireless connection instead of using the wired USB connection. And obviously PHP is used for the built-in HTTP web server to handle uploaded photos. Of course, you can use any other server. You can use like Node.js or something else. For this particular tutorial, it's going to be very long because everything got deleted in NetBeans. I'll show you what I did, and looks like that was a mistake, and I guess it's a learning experience. So that might actually work out better for you guys because everything needs to be done from scratch. So I'll try to go as fast as I can. I think I might do some copy pasting, but I'll explain that later. So the purpose, the original goal of this tutorial was to use an old phone as a webcam. So I can basically point it towards the chicken coop, and then the hens can go when they're roaming. And if for example, a fox comes by, I'll be alerted and then come out and chase the fox away or any predator, at least during the day. So that was the plan. And the good thing about using, say, an old phone is the old phone, the camera, or the phone itself comes with some sensors. So, for example, one of the things we could do is to have it sense when something moves, maybe a big creature, so you can make your own algorithm. So that is something I've been actually trying to work on Android, like making a native app, and that failed spectacularly. So I actually released a video on a different channel just to show you the big fail of how that happened. However, in this tutorial, this will be the PWA app. I don't think there will be any more. I mean, there'll be a few tweaks in here. So for this app, so you'll be able to install it obviously on iOS, on Android, or any device really, and there will be a download button. So in a future tutorial, what I might do is I might maybe present it in a different way, where instead of having to look for the download button, the download button can be maybe customized, so that maybe somewhere on a page you can have like for example, like this page here, you could have a specific. You can put it somewhere here, like you maybe put a button here and say download this app now or something, instead of having to look for this tiny little icon up here for download. And on a mobile browser, it's even more strange. It's basically hidden as well, so you don't want that. Okay, so just a warning, I said this is going to be hopefully make it as short a video as possible, but we need to do a few things. So basically you do need an SSL certificate if you're going to use for example, if you're not going to use the localhost domain, but if you're going to use just localhost, you actually don't need an SSL certificate. So that's a good thing. So basically, but then in order to install it on your device, you just use ADB, or like I said, if you do the debug bridge, at least for Android, you'll be able to just install it that way. Now, another way to install it is if you have a remote server, you can put it on the remote server, and then to be able to download and install it on your device, and then after that, you can just, because it will be local, that will work as well. Okay. So I hopefully don't need to explain what an IP address is. Wi-Fi, if you don't know what those are, you just go to the glossary and you can look those up. So because this is Android specific, because of the Android debug bridge. So these are the two devices. I've tested this one and they do work pretty well. There's a Sony Xperia XA1 Ultra, and then I have the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE 5G. Both of them worked extremely well. They all updated to the latest supported whatever version. Obviously, this phone, the Sony Xperia, is no longer supported, this Samsung is supported. So that's fantastic. So the code snippet is here. And as I said at the beginning of this tutorial, NetBeans screwed up everything. It was my fault because I was using the latest version of NetBeans and it had some cache from NetBeans 22. So what happened is it says, hey, you can clean up some cache. So I clicked the clean up, but instead of cleaning up just the specific folder, I cleaned up the entire tutorials folder and just deleted everything instead. So that's a problematic. So basically, just so this is the Android bridge to set everything up so you can see the phone and so forth and so forth. So in order to use the Android bridge, the first thing you need to do is you do need to plug in the phone into your USB, so it finds it, and then a USB port with a cable, of course. Then you run ADB, then you type ADB TC PIP. So and then after that, you whatever the port number you want to use, like 555, the default one, and then after that, when the device is detected, you can then be able to port numbers, and the screenshots are here. I've done videos of this before. Now, as I said, unfortunately, I have no photos or anything, so I'll need to make up. We need to do all this everything from scratch again because I have no copy of anything. So instead of yapping along, so I just want to let you know that be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. And every day I'll be hosting a live stream. Visit ojambo.com for details. You can just go to the watch here, you see live, and then it will show you the next live stream, or right now in this case is the current live stream and the time. So you'll be able to go there and put it on your calendar as well. Okay, so let's begin. So so the tools you need are, obviously you need an Android device, and you just need, actually all you need is you need some type of text editor, and I'm going to use PHP here, but you can probably get away using Node if you have Node.js. You can just download Node.js if you prefer to. I do have a Node.js version as well. So let's get started. So I have NetBeans here. You see everything got cleared. So there's nothing here. I wonder if there's a... let me actually search to see if there's a way to restore things. Then just quickly... Oh, no, because I actually deleted the cache. So let's see, NetBeans, restore cache. I'm just searching to see if there's a way to restore the cache. Delete the cache folder. So I guess not, because I also unfortunately went and I did restart it. So I guess there's no way to recover cache. Let me see, recover. Oh, no, okay. So there's no way to recover it. Okay, that's no problem. Okay, so what we're going to do is, we're going to, so here's the folder. You see right now it's empty. So we're going to create a fav icon. We're going to create a SVG image. I'm going to use Inkscape for this. I'm going to do it pretty quickly. And we'll do all that pretty soon. So first of all, let's get the coding out of the way. So it's right here. So what we'll do here is I'm going to create a... You see, how should I do this? Oh, mouse is frozen as well. Oh, there we go. Can I go to... Okay, so what I'll do is, I think I'll move the window here so I can follow along. So I'm gonna basically... So what I want is, I'm going to create a... make this a little faster. I think I'll do some copy pasting stuff. So this is the code that would take the I'll create this as an index file. So I'll just copy this, Oops. I'll copy that. Just so I can make the tutorial a bit faster. New document, so it's going to be an HTML document. I'll make it an index file. And then I'll just drag this into NetBeans. Okay, I think I'll keep this always on top. Make this easier to just drag this into NetBeans. So it's just dragged into NetBeans. We don't need that. I'm going to explain everything here. Actually, that is not needed. Okay, let me zoom in here. Make it down here. So the doc type for HTML, and then the HTML opening and closing tag. Then there's a head section here. That space is not needed. No, there's this space needed. So in the head section, there's a title. There's a chicken security cam. I have a meta tag here. The reason it's for viewport, this is for mobile screen, so that way you see the content. I set it to the device width, and the initial scale is set to 1. And then there's a button here and a video. This is for styling. This is style. So just simple styling. You can style it any way you want. And then here I'm going to have a manifest JSON file. I'll just call it manifest JSON. So the slash means it's going to be in the web root. So sometimes you might take it outside the web root. Because this application is not meant to be, there's nothing special about this application, so this is perfectly fine. Now, if this was a website, you have to be careful here. I would obviously put it in a separate folder as well, but in this, for my use case, this works fine. And then the select. So this select is going to be for selecting. It's going to be for selecting the different cameras. I can hard code it to use the back camera, but that's not a good case because, for example, maybe somebody is using a tablet, which only, especially the old tablets, only came with one camera. So is it the front camera, is it the back camera, or something? Some phones even, I think, they also came with only a front-facing camera. So if somebody is using one of those devices, yeah. So that's why we have the select, and this is the button, and so this will toggle between recording and not recording. I could have put a different button to say one is to start recording, and that's all up to you. And then this is the trick here. You say it's muted plays inline. This allows this to work on iOS devices. I'm guessing also Safari. And then this one is going to be our JavaScript. This is going to be our script for the progressive web app. Again, I don't need the space here. So I need to, just to let you know, the reason I'm not typing this in is because, as I said, I've done this several times before, and I just want to get, as I said, everything got erased, so we need to go much faster than I would actually like. So then we're going to create some a file here. We need to create a I should actually, you know what? Let me actually go to the command line. I really don't like this. I can do this much faster on the command line. So what I'll do is I will touch PWA.js, and I'll touch manifest.json. Okay, so we'll start with the PWS. Drag it in here. So, oh, there's another JavaScript file, I guess. What did I call it? Oh, I think I put everything in here. That's fine. Okay, so this is the JavaScript which you take, and this is the one which have the screen lock. So you can just expand here and just copy the code. I will explain the code. Okay. Oh, not that one. So we go back to here. Okay, I'll zoom in. Okay, you should be able to see that. So let's go to right at the top. So basically this will be a self-running JavaScript. I've done tutorials on that. So this is actually the old version. You see I'm using the stream. That's fine. And then what I did is the IID. This is for the interval, because when JavaScript starts an interval, it actually saves. It actually outputs an ID. So that's why that will be to save this one. And this PPT is that actually being used? I don't know what that one is for, so I'll explain that when we actually take a look at it. Anyway, this is for the video. Remember, the video we created in HTML, this one here. So we need to select all these three. So the select the button and the video. So that is what I think I actually made a mistake here. Oh yeah, I did make a mistake. So I think I made a mistake. Anyways, that's fine. So I'm 100% sure I'm making a mistake here. Yeah, so that's a problem because the thing got deleted, but we'll figure it out, don't worry. So then the select here button and video. So we're going to use attributes, because if you use the default, I think in 2025 is 640 by 480. So we're able to use constraints so that we can have higher resolution from the video, from the video camera. So you can see here we set the minimum to 1920 by 1080. Ideally we set to 4K 380 3040 by 2160, and then some cameras are able to do 8K, which is 7680 by 4320. Now be careful when you use higher resolutions, because if you're just taking 1 or 2 photos, it's fine. But if you're going to be taking constant video, remember it's using the web browser, so it's going to hit the phone because it hits the camera, and then it will hit obviously the screen. So this actually works much better on the iPhones, because iPhones you can actually dim them very, very low, and it works extremely well. On Android, the problem is, although I dimmed it to the lowest setting, it still ran very hot. So just be aware of that, especially old phones too, because remember, they're already kind of swelling. So you have to be, so I don't need audio, that's why audio is set to false. So then, as you can see here, first I check to see if wake lock is available in the web browser. Just to let you know the constraints. You can't make up, for example, your camera, believe it or not, it most likely can do something like a width of 1 pixel and a height of 1 pixel, all the way maybe to 10K, not 10K, maybe like 8K or something like that. However, actually, when you do the constraints, those are limited by what the browser supports. So browsers usually just love like 16 by 9, and even 16 by, for example, your camera might do, those weird 4K ones, which is, this will be in the 4000s. It's not able to do that. It's all based on the browser. So what you might have to do is you might need to fool around with this until you get the browser to work, to see what works. So what I found, this works extremely well, both for my webcam. My webcam is actually 1280 by 720, basically just HD, but for some reason, it's detected as 1920 by 1080. So I'm okay, that's fine, because this works extremely well for the front-facing camera and the back-facing camera on mobile devices. Okay, so we check to see if wake lock is available. That's how we check for it. So if it's not there, we just return do nothing. But if it's there, then we request. So when we do this, what we do is we make sure that we request, we listen for it. We listen for that event. So it's released. So what this means is that when I'm just explaining the code here. What this means is that when the phone tries to dim or goes to sleep, this will prevent it from going to sleep, if it's available, if that functionality is available. So that's how we do it here. You see, when the visibility state is visible, then we await, meaning we keep on running this function here. And everything else is, as you can see here, we added an event listener as well, and that's a visibility change. So then this is the previous stuff we did before. We get the user media. See, we use our constraints. Remember, we don't need the audio. So what we do then is we then get the device. If the device, we check the device kind, we only care about video input. For example, on a desktop, actually even a mobile device, you're gonna have maybe, actually I don't think a mobile device, but for example, a desktop, you might have a video output. So we don't care about that. We just want the video input, meaning the cameras. There's like audio input, there's audio output, and there are also other devices. We don't care about that. The only devices we care about are the video input. That's a camera. That's all we care about. Now, this also works. I said if you didn't care, maybe you wanted audio, you could basically tweak this to get audio. So in a future, if they do allow some sensors, what I might actually do is maybe if I have an algorithm, this is way in the future, I could create an algorithm and also get the audio and maybe play audio, right? So in this case, I would access I would get the audio output. Maybe I pre-select a noise, and then what I could do is I could play that noise. That's one way to do it on video, audio output. Another option is you might want to record. Let's say something bad is happening and you can't see properly, but you can record what's going on. So let's say a fox is making noise or something, and I said the algorithm picks that up. So you could have the audio input, record that, and then also upload it to the server, and wherever you are, you can see, oh, that's a weird thing, and then maybe record something and you play back. So I'm saying those are types of things we'll do in the future, but that's not needed right now. So what I do, I just use a map. I have tutorials on creating maps in JavaScript. So we just put it in, basically the value will be the device ID. This is actually wrong. It should be, the D is a lowercase. That's correct. So this is correct. And then we have the label. That's fine. And then what we do is, you see, select camera, and then we just, this is just so that, you see the value is nothing here. This is so that it will make sense later in the code. And then we just up join, and I also have tutorials on joins as well. So this is where we create our service worker. This is basically the JITs for the PWA. You do need a service worker. So again, we check to see if service workers are available in the web browser. It's a web browser. If it is, then we load it up at the beginning, and then we actually go to we create something here. So I think we create a specific service worker. So I think what I'll do is I have to name this something different. I think I'll just call it service worker.js. Yeah, service worker. Oh no, SW. There we go. SW. Service worker.js. So I'll create another one. I'll touch sw.js. Oops. Touch. I spelled touch wrong. Yeah, so this sw.js will be the one to handle our service workers. So service workers are needed for the progressive apps. And then you see the select. Remember the select from here, this select button here. So once that's filled up, then what we do is we check to see if this stream is basically not empty. If it is, then what we do is we stop, and then we remove the track, and then we pause it here, the video, and then remove the source and set the stream to null. And then what we do is, you see the select value is nothing. It's not nothing. It's not nothing. That's why I created the first option to be nothing. So if it's not nothing, then what we do is we set the video device ID to the selected value, and then we get the user media again, we do our constraints, then we get the stream. See, that's why we had that stream here. We set it to stream, and then we have the video source object to set it to the stream, and the video play. So now the video automatically, that's the preview. Then we have the button. So we add an advanced listener to the button. It's a click button. So if the button is equal to record, which is the original, then we the starting or the default, then we set it to recording. This will allow us to toggle. Then you see the IID. This is the set interval. And then what we do is we have we set a canvas. We set it to the context to 2D. We set the canvas width and height to the video width and height based on our constraints. Then we draw an image. So basically the source will be the video, and from top left, so that's 0, 0, to the bottom right, so that canvas width, canvas height. So it's basically top left here, and bottom will be bottom right here. So that's what that is. And then obviously we convert it to a blob. So the blob, we create a new file. We just make up a name here, and then the type will be blob type file. Web browsers, at least the Chromium or based ones, they're PNG files. That's most likely was PNG is doesn't have a restrictive license. It's free to use by anyone. And then we create a form data. We append the image, and it's the file, and then we send it to this here. I'll change this one to just save. I'll say save photo, and then the method will be post, and the body will just be our FD, the form data. Then we get the response. We expect a JSON response, and then we just output it here. You can do anything else you want, and if there's an error, I'll be output here. And then remember, because this is a set interval, we set it to 3000. So 3000 is the 3000 milliseconds, which is equal to 3 seconds. And else, we set the button to word record. We clear the interval. That's why we had to save the IID. And then the wake lock. Remember our wake lock? We actually global is not declared. So wake lock is released. Where is our wake lock? Did I make a mistake there? Let wake lock. Oh, it's here. Yeah. So here's a wake lock release. So man, did I miss? Okay, it says a global variable. So that's fine. Should I make it a var? Oh, I think PPT here. Return, and I think request wake lock. Oh, I think that's what the PPT is for. It's supposed to get the wake lock so we can release it here. So so basically we when we stop recording, we don't care if the screen is no longer what do you call it? It's no longer the screen can go to sleep. We don't care more. That's why we release it. If we don't release it, then it's just gonna stay like the screen is gonna be on for a while because we set it to work. Okay, so that's that. Make sure I save this. Now let's go back to here. What's next? Our server worker installed. So this is for installation. So we go back to NetBeans here. This is our file. Okay, so paste that in. Oops. Okay, there we go. I'll zoom in here so you can see better. Okay, so we add an event listener. So if it's install event, so we can actually do this also to create a special button instead of we can have another button as well to grab we can create our own installation button. Okay, so basically wait until the cache is open. So this is the name. I'll explain this later when we actually look at the so what we want is we want to put everything that to be cached. So the first thing we want to be cached is, so this is just a name for our the name for the cache. So you can call it anything you want. So I'll just call it chicken cam PWA. So this is going to be index.html we have here, and this should be PWA. And of course, if we had a viewer, we'd also put the viewer here. But we don't have a viewer. So what I'll do is I'll put the manifest file in here. Manifest.json. Any other files I need to put here? Oh yeah, the JavaScript. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I need to put in here. If you had any other thing else, you would put them in here. And then there's a fetch event. So the fetch yeah, so this is for the caching. It basically catches all of this events in here. So that's all we need here. Let me go back here because I didn't see the part. Oh yeah, save.photo. So we also need a save photo. I'll make that up. Save photo.php. Or should I just say called save? You know what? I'll just call it save. There's only one. I'll just call it save. So save, I'll change this to save. Just keep it simple. There's only one PHP file. So we're done here. Let's go back. So now we need to create the JSON manifest. So I'll copy this. Well, it's already been half an hour. Could you imagine if I had to type all this? It would probably take forever. So where's our manifest? Manifest is here. Dump it in here. And paste it in here. And then I'll explain this as well. So check the short name, security cam. Yeah, that's fine. Chicken camera, whatever, that's fine. So the start one is index.html. Then we're going to create some icons here. So I will need to create these files. You can see the sizes, and I need to create. So this is what we'll create this soon, not right now. So I need an icon which will create an Inkscape, and I'll just grab a photo somewhere. And so one of this is for the narrow view. So there's a narrow view here, and then there's a desktop view. So the desktop does use this one, the wide angle, and for the mobile, it actually uses the narrow one. So if you only care about the fonts, all you need is the narrow one. But obviously, if you have what do you call it, a bigger if for the desktop, it's a good idea to always have, you can have two. So two is not a bad, but you only need one. And if it's for desktop, you can get away with just a wide, and you do need a narrow one. So if you can see here, number 5, this is very, very important here. The standalone, this allows it to be by itself, like it look like its own app instead of looking like it's part of the web browser. Sometimes this is mandatory. I think it's mandatory for the desktop. Otherwise, the install will not show up. And I said this icon is just so you can see what the app actually looks like. And also this is what's used to install. So I made it pretty large, but you don't have to. And of course, I explain the screenshots here. Okay, so then let's go and create, let's finish up of the coding. Oh yeah, so if you want to view in a, so I'll create a viewer as well. I think I'll use the index one. I'll just copy the index one. So copy index.html to viewer.html. Okay, so let's go back to NetBeans. We'll open up our viewer. I'll zoom in. Oops. zoom in. I have to click here first. Zoom in. So this is going to be viewer. So we actually don't need any style here, so we can yeah, we can actually just get rid of that. There's no manifest, there's no select, there's none of this. It's just a JavaScript. Oh, I think I just copy pasted. Oh no, okay, no, it doesn't work. Okay, that's fine. Looks like I have to copy it again. So I need to put that in the script. So in case you're wondering why I'm not saving the interval ID, because I don't need it, basically what this does is it grabs the image tag. We didn't create one, so I'll create it right now. So image, then with the source. So the source is going to be, I'll just say image.png. Image.png. Okay. And then, why is this not, does it give me a warning? Okay, fine. Alt, chicken, web, no, chicken security camera. Webcam photo. Okay. So basically what this does is, you see, it selects the image by the image tag. Then if it includes a question mark, which the first time this runs, it won't include a question mark in the source. Then what it does is it will take the source, in this case it's image.png, and then it will append a question mark and the date stamp. It's just a numeric string. And then the second time it runs, so that's after 3 seconds. So then after another, in 6 seconds, when it runs again, obviously this won't be true because it already has a question mark. So it will go to else. Then what it do is it will slice. I've also done tutorials on JavaScript slice, and I've also done index of and all this. So what it does, it will go until it finds a question mark, and then so then +1, because remember everything starts at 0. So +1, so that means it's going to keep the question mark, and then it's going to add the timestamp as well. And then after that, this runs every 3 seconds as well, because we take our photos every 3 seconds. So this will refresh. So that's our viewer. Now, if you do have some type of image view on your whatever, I guess your target device, not target device, your receiving device, you don't actually need the viewer. You can simply just just open that up and it will show. And then finally, we also need the PHP part. So this is the PHP to handle the uploaded photo. So we have the photo, which will be, what did I say? Oh, save. I call it save. Yeah, I create save. There we go. So save.php. And I just paste this in here and I'll explain it. So I just need a PHP tag. Okay, so it checks to see if the image are not handled as a post. It's handled as PHP has a special built-in function called files, so which automatically saves. It creates a temporary file. So that's why in a temporary location. So that's why I get it here. And then the destination, you see I have the destination as image.png. So what I do is I want to save it in the same location as this script, the PHP script is in. So I get the dir name and the file, so that will just give me the path to this script, which will be this folder. And then you see I append and slash and the image. So the image will be created here. after I use this move. So basically what I'm doing is I'm moving it from the temporary location to the final destination. And when I do that, I remember we decide we need a JSON return. So the JSON, I just create something status okay. That's it. And then if I don't, normally with PHP you're doing something else. So if I leave spaces here, that might mess up my JSON. So I need to either exit or kill a process below. So that's why I put die here. So that should work. Technically it should be here, but that's fine. Because there might be another one that says, oh, you might have an else. So that's fine. That's why I put it down here. So that's fine. So in case you're wondering why I don't have an else, like something went wrong or something, I don't need that, because all I'm looking for is this. If this doesn't happen, that means an error went wrong. So just a smarter way of coding, where you less code. So we are done with our coding part. Now let's go and create, create the favicon, the icon, and the what do you call it, the some screenshots. Okay, so those are all of that's going to be difficult, so I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. I don't have an icon right now, so I need to open up Inkscape. New document. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to move this out of the way for now so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, actually, let me save it first. I think that's this. I'll save as, and we'll go to, where are we? Home. This is the folder. Tutorial. Chicken cam. Yeah, so I'll call this, what name did we choose in the manifest file? Chicken cam PWA. Okay, there we go. I'll call it that. Actually, I don't like this name. What are we calling this application again? Okay, that's fine. I'll just use that name. Actually, let me see, what name did I choose? Oh, chicken cam. Okay, so I'm going to change this. Chicken cam. Yeah, chicken cam. I'll just call it chicken cam. Okay, save that. And I think the other place I changed, oh yeah, no, chicken cam. Yeah, there we go. So so I just want to be consistent, so I don't. Okay, so this is 512 by 512. So just okay, I'll show you what I'm doing. Take Inkscape here. So go document properties, set this up to be in pixels, set this up to be pixels, and it's 512 by 512. I just realized I could actually have exported this from the app. I wonder if you can, I wonder if you can extract an app. So it's a perfect square. I'll zoom out. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to do this very, very quickly. I think I'll make this, I think I'll make it white. Yeah, just make it white. I think that's easier. So I'll grab this and I'll give it make it white. And we'll set it to 0. 0. Make this 512 to 512. Okay, so that's our 512. Oh, it's locked. I need to unlock it here so I can set this up to 512. Okay, so now I can lock it. That's fine. So show this one called background. Okay, so I'll lock it because I don't want it to move. Next, I will put some weird text here. I will use a text tool. So we'll call it, I think it's chicken. Ooh, It's white. So let's change it to, I don't know, what is this? Okay, chickens like eating grass. So there we go. So I'll say chicken. What is it? Chicken cam. Chicken cam. I'll go to the next line and say PWA. Just see if I can chicken cam PWA. So that's fine. I'll just make this a little bit bigger like that. That's good. Then I will center it. Go to, where's the centering? Okay. Oh, go here, align and distribute. Center it on the vertical axis. And I'll actually select here and center the text. There we go. And then I'll put some graphic here. Let's see, what some type of weird shape. Okay, so let's here we go. Oop. Oh, okay, you know what? That's good enough. We don't want to waste time. Okay, so what did we say that? Oh, PNG file. So that's fine. So I'll make sure I save this, and then I'll go to export and chicken webcam PG. Yeah, so that's fine. That's what we want. Okay. Now we need to convert this into an icon file. I think an icon file is 64 by 64 if I'm correct. Let me see. 5 icon size. Oh, it's 192 by 192. So I can basically, I'll scale this down in GIMP. So we're done here. So I'll come here and save. I'll close this up. Then I'm going to open up GIMP. Oh, you know what? Here, there's a better way to do. Well, that's fine. It's already opened up. So where is our image here? Drag it. PNG file. And what we're going to do is we're going to scale this down. Scale image. Make it 192 is kind of huge for 5 icon. I think that's kind of big. I'll make it a little bit smaller. I'll make it fine. I'll make it 192. I think 192 is way too big. But okay, that's fine. And then what I will do is I will go to export. Where's export here? Export as. And then I'll just say 5icon.ico. Yeah, I'll just leave the default compressed. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't really matter, so that's fine. Okay, so we created a 5 icon. Now, one thing we're missing is we're missing some images, and I'm gonna see if I can. Extract a video. And I don't, because I don't have any. I mean, I have photos on the phone, but I don't feel like I do have a video. I'm gonna see if I can take a screenshot of it. Okay, there we go. I think it's S to take a screenshot. Yes, it's S. Okay, perfect. And then where was the screenshot saved? Looks like I saved it on my home folder. I'm trying to find out. I'll have to take another one. Oh, here it is. So I'll just drag it. Oh no, so open with GIMP. Okay, so this is the one. What size is this? Oh, it's 1080 by 920. So this is perfect. So I'm gonna I will Actually, that's not the way I want it. I think what I would do is I'll drag it into our folder, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Oops, that's the wrong one. So here, what I do is I grab this and right click and say open with GIMP. There we go. So I already forgot the name again. So this is going to be the narrow one. So I'm going to save it as an AVF file. Okay, so I just simply go to export, export as, and we dump it here. We say, yeah. And then what I want to rotate this. So where's the rotate tool? So here, and I'm going to rotate it, I think 90 degrees. Yeah, that's fine. Hit rotate. Okay, then what I want to do is, I believe, layers to image size. Nope. It looks like I need to, where is it here? Not flooding image. Align visible layers. Nope. Canvas size, there we go. Fit canvas to layers. There we go, fit canvas to layers, that works. Then what I want is, I want to export this. What was the other one called? Oh, wide. Okay, the word wide. So I'll just copy this. And export it as well. And hit export. Okay, so we're done with our creating the, I'll show you what it actually looks like now. Yeah, it's finished. So we close GIMP. So this is what our photo looks like now. You can see we have, what we have is we have our, what do we have? We have our image here. So we have a fav icon, and this one is no longer needed. We'll just leave here for historical purposes. And then now we should be good to, we should be able to start running our PHP server, because we're going to be running on localhost, so it doesn't matter. Oh, I forgot one very important thing is, where is our PWA? Oh yeah, so it's safe. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so now we should be able to run, because we're running it on localhost. So we already have the terminal open. So what I'll do is I'll bring the terminal back, show you how to get started with running the app. So it's PHP -s localhost, and then it's 8000. So the PHP server started. Now we don't need an SSL certificate because we're just running it locally. So now our app should be running with the wake lock. Okay, so we go here. So we just type localhost 8:8000. You can see there it's I could have, if I was, see, if I was running it in a specific folder, I would do that, but I'm running it right into the folder itself, so I don't even need to type index.html. You can see that. So, oh, I forgot, I should have put this. You see what happened here? So this is it. It found a fav icon. You see a fav icon is up here. Icon.png. I don't know what that is because I don't have it. Anyway, so you can see it. It's asking for permission. So I'm going to allow it. Allow, and you can see here it tells me it's allowed, and there's something went wrong, but that's fine. And if we actually click our select, you see we can actually pick the camera here. Now, I am not going to do that yet because there's something interesting going on. I'll move this out of the way. So something actually went wrong in that I don't see an icon here to install this app. So it's also telling me site is unsecure, request permission, that's fine. So if I go to inspect, we go to the console, you see there's errors here. So it says failed. The server responded with 4 not found, trying to find the icon. I don't think I have icon there anywhere. Icon.png? I don't think I'm using icon.png anywhere in the code. It's definitely not here. It's in the manifest. It's not here as well. Yeah, I don't know where that comes from. That is weird. Yeah, I'm not using it in the index file. Yeah, there's no icon. I don't know where that came from. It might be cached. That is weird. That is so weird. 4 not found. Yeah, that's it. It's saying it's looking for icon.png. That is weird. I don't know why that error is there because yeah, it's not anywhere, and the 5 icon came in. Okay, so it's saying trying to following. It's in the manifest file. Download error or resource is not a valid image. icon.png. Oh, I think I know why. So the manifest file, did I make a mistake somewhere? Is it in our SW? Did I spell it wrong here? Yeah, it's not here. Huh, that is so weird. I don't know where that came from, honestly. It's I think I remember now. I have to use a different browser. This browser is messed up, so I might have to put the images here as well. Yeah, I remember now. I think there's something wrong with Brave browser, so let me try a different browser. I'll use the Chromium browser. And I'll go there. Okay, this is what happens, also cached. So I'll just have to type /index.html, allow, and you see this is a different browser. And I also don't see the download icon, so let me inspect and see what's going on here. Same thing, it says, oh, the service worker was registered, so that's fine. It's still saying error trying to use icon. Download resource is not a valid image. Okay, I think it's a spelling mistake. Let me actually go and see what's going on here with the application. There's a bunch of errors. So it says icon.png has not been found. So here we go. Okay, so I think it didn't like. Yeah, that's what I thought. So something is wrong with our manifest file. It's icons. Why is it looking for icons.png? That is really weird. It's a square bracket. The sizes are fine. It's a standalone. And this is I think there's probably a cache which I can't figure out. Yeah, there's just something wrong with the cache. So let me see if I can do a hard refresh. I'm wondering if I made the 5. No, that's not it. That's 5 icon. I'm wondering why it's doing that. I do not know why it's doing that, but this, yeah, it's still saying icon. Let me see if I can do a hard refresh. Okay, there we go. I did a hard refresh and the error went away. Yeah, there we go. Because I just do a hard refresh. That's it. Because I should have used a different port number because I use the same. So now if we go to the application, you see when you go to our service workers, everything is running. And the manifest, you see the manifest is chicken security camera, and the short name, and you can see here, we didn't have a presentation orientation. You see, we found our 512 by 512 image. And then we have a screenshot for the narrow one, and we have the one for the wide one. So you see it does work, and the service worker, as you saw, is working. It's been activated. And you can see here, we now have a, if I click this, I can install this. So this is what the app will look like. And you see it automatically used the wide screenshot because it's a desktop. So now I can click install, which I will. And you see, so it has actually installed the app. And this is the actual app right now running. In case you, yeah, you can see here. So it's an actual app. So the app is actually installed and running right on my desktop. I can prove it. You see, it's an actual app. So this is the standalone. It has nothing to do with the web browser. It's literally just the app itself. And then you see we have a menu. In the menu we have the app info. We can copy the URL or whatever, and then we can also uninstall it. So I'll install it in a second, but I just want to show you. Let's actually go to the app info. So the app info is obviously, okay, that's, I thought it would show me the actually I'm going to close this app. I've closed the app, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up for my system. So what's it called? Chicken. I wish you could see what it looks like here. So chicken. So I've opened up here, and I'm just going to drag it. So this is how it looks like on your on your desktop. So again, select camera, and you can select the camera here, and you see there's a preview, and you see the button is recorded. So I can start recording. So if I hit record, let me actually bring up the so here, so you can see what's going on. I'll see if I try to keep it here. Yeah, you can just see the bottom. So I'm gonna hit record. I don't know why it's still. Why is it obsessed with icon.png? That is so weird. So if I, oh, that's the other one. So if I hit record, it says recording. So we should see down here if it actually received. Yeah, you see it went to save.php. So if we check back our folder here, you see it created image.png. So here I can open this up, and you see it's going to be changing. So I'm going to put my, I'm going to put a phone just to show you 3 seconds. So I'm holding up the phone in front of the webcam. As you can see, there we go. See, it took it there. So for the desktop, you see it's telling me what size is 640 by 480. That's fine because this is a what do you call it? This is the desktop. So that's fine. Now I'm going to open up the viewer as well, just to show you what it actually does look like. So open up the viewer in a web browser. So the viewer should also automatically, yeah, I'll leave the app here so you can see that what the difference is. I'm going to put up the phone again, and you can see that the viewer will also. I'll take a photo of the back of the phone so you can see. There we go. And you see it, it's going to go in a couple of seconds because a new one's going to come up. There you go. So it does work as well. So this will also, you can install this on your Android devices using the ADB bridge. I do have a tutorial on that as well. Sorry about today's tutorial. I said everything got erased, so I had to basically do everything from scratch. So the takeaway from this is, go back to our NetBeans, is that we now have a screen, we're using the screen lock API, the wake lock here. So it's actually navigator.wake lock we requested, and this is how, so this will prevent the screen from going to sleep, basically the mobile devices. All right, so let's finish up here. Let's go back to the article. Quick reminder that every day I'm hosting a live stream. You can find out the time by visiting ojambo.com. You go to watch live, and for example, this one is live right now, the wake lock for chicken webcam PA on BitChute, and you see the time, estimated time there, and this is the next one as well, and it also shows the time and the channel. This particular article is on ojambo.com/wake-lock-4-chicken-webcam-PWA. Be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. If you enjoy this, consider supporting me. Purchase one of my WordPress plugins at ojambo.com, enrolling in my programming courses at ojamboshop.com, buying my programming books on Amazon, search for Edward Ojambo, links in the description. Hire me for your programming and app development needs at ojamboservices.com. Become a donor at ojambo.com/donate. And you see I do have it in the article here, and it's also up here. So I think that will be the stop right now, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you.